Here we are again. It's very auspicious, and this is Radha Vallabh's blessings, Prabhupada's blessings, Guru Parampara's blessings that we are here again for this auspicious morning in our life. We are getting one more chance of reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, and going through this wonderful journey of what demigods and demons they will be doing as per the advice or instructions by the Lord Himself. So we will continue. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Rama Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jai Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Jai Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON and BBD Founder-Acharya Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Kari Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Shahadas Thakur ki jai. Sis Goswamis ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। यमुना मैया की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्याम वेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बो। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Shivaya. Krishna Vishnu Bhutana Shrimad Sankarshanas Kathana Prabhupada Patmani Gaudeshu Pasatam Bhakti Varshana. Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for joining. Let us begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we have assembled here to hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We are on Canto 8, the withdrawal of cosmic creation. And today we are continuing our reading with chapter 6, the demigods and the demons declare a truce, and text 26 onward. We will cover 3 texts, 26, 27 and 28, because there is no purport for 26, 27. You can Sandhi. Truce. In Hindi word is Sandhi or Sanskrit is Sandhi. Yeah, we'll see that. Yes, yes. Mutual agreement to achieve something, desired goal. And we will discuss what is that desired goal. We have to agree on. Okay, so Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Devan Samadisya Bhagavan Purusha Uttamaha Tesham Antardade Rajan Swachhanda Gatihi Ishwaraha Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Devan Samadisya Bhagavan Purushottamaha Tesam Antardade Rajan Swachhanda Gatir Ishwaraha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tesham Antaradhate Rajan. Swachhanda Gatir Ishwaraha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tesam Antardhate Rajan. Swachhanda Gatir Ishwaraha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tesham Antardhate Rajan. Swachhanda Gati Ishwara. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tesham Antardhate Rajan. Swachhanda Gatir Ishwaraha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tensam Antardhate Rajan. Swachhanda Gatir Ishwaraha. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tesam Swachhanda Gatir Ishwara. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti Devan Samadishya. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. Tesham Antardhate Rajan. Swachhanda Gati Ishwara. Anyone else? Okay. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Shri Shukadev Goswami said, Iti, thus, Devan, all the demigods, Samadishya, advising, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Purusha Uttamaha, the best of all persons, Tesham, from them, Antardhate, disappeared, Rajan, O king, Swachhanda, free, Gati, whose moments, Ishwaraha, the personality of Godhead. So, translation, Sri Shukadev Goswami said, or continued, O King Parikshit, after advising the demigods in this way, the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities, disappeared from their presence. We can repeat all together. Sri Shukadev Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, after advising the demigods in this way, the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities, disappeared from their presence. We will continue with text 27 as there is no purport. Atha tasmai bhagavate namaskritya pitamaha bhavascha jagmatu swam dhampeyor balim sura. Then Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, after offering their respectful obeisances to the Lord, returned to their abodes. All the demigods then approached Maharaj Bali. So today, with the purport, verse 28. Drishtva rin api asma yatan jata kshobhan swa nayakan nyasedat detyarat slokaya sandhi vigraha kalvet. Translation. Maharaj Bali, a most celebrated king of the demons, knew very well when to make peace and when to fight. Thus, although his commanders and captains were agitated and were about to kill the demigods, Maharaj Bali, seeing that the demigods were coming to him without a militant attitude, forbade his commanders to kill them. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and Parampara. Ki Jai. Vedic etiquette enjoys grihe shatrum api praptam vishwastam akuto bhayam. When enemies come to their opponent's place, they should be received in such a way that they will forget that there is animosity between the two parties. Bali Maharaj was well conversant with the arts of peacemaking and fighting. Thus, he received the demigods very well, although his commanders and captains were agitated. This kind of treatment was prevalent even during the fight between the Pandavas and the Kurus. During the day, the Pandavas and Kurus would fight with the utmost strength, and when the day was over, they would go to each other's camps as friends and be received as such. During such friendly meetings, one enemy would offer anything the other enemy wanted. That was the system. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitam Yena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadam Hyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadarubhasya Kripa Sindhubha Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we read the translation again, especially the 26th, so that we can start from there. Sri Shukadev Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, after advising the demigods in this way, the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities, disappeared from their presence. So where we are with this is that somehow there was a big fight between demigods and demons, and because the demigods, especially Lord Indra, somehow he offended Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods. So, of course, there was a consequences, and at the same time, the demons headed by Bali Maharaj and their spiritual master, that is Śrīmad were doing well. They were getting the strength because they were properly respecting the spiritual authority, spiritual master. So what happened is they got the strength so that they overcame the demigods. That means demigods lost. And now they were so weak, they lost the battle. They were feeling so weak and disappointed. In this condition, the demigods approach Lord Brahma, that these demons, they are getting so much powerful, and especially now they like becoming so powerful that what should we do in this condition? Like, of course, we have offended our spiritual master. Now we want to come out from this disappointing situation. Hare Krishna, welcome. You can have darshan here. Or if you have time, you can sit for a class, no problem. Either way. Hare Krishna. So then the demigods, they approach Lord Brahma, because whenever there is a problem, then we go to our guidance for our superiors. Of course, depending on our attitude. So the demons, they also go for a guidance from their spiritual authority. From their authority. In that case, that was Śrīmad. He gave them the advice. And the demigods, they also approach the authority. That is the highest authority in this material world. That is Lord Brahma. So they can approach Lord Brahma and they take guidance from him. What should we do? And then Lord Brahma, he didn't, of course, he understood the problem and then he gave the best solution, very easy solution to them. That is, take the shelter of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let us all take together, because this problem is so big that even myself won't be able to solve. So better we take the shelter of Krishna. And that same thing will happen in our life as well. That sometimes we feel that we face the difficulties, that we will feel like, oh, what should I do? Where do I go? And if we are pious, if we have some background of God consciousness, then we will take shelter of God. We may not know God is Krishna, but we will take shelter of God. And that piety comes from the association of saintly personalities, saintly characters. Somehow they are in our life and they give us the guidance. Maybe with the childhood they take us to a temple. And then, of course, they show that here is the authority standing. Of course, we have Radha Vallabh, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, standing before us. So we take their shelter. So then Lord Brahma said, okay, let us take the shelter of, you can sit in a chair. Prabhu, if you can bring up, you can bring the chair from outside. Yeah. All good? Okay. So Lord Brahma, he said, okay, let us take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then they went to Kshirosagar, because Svetadvip, this is where Lord Vishnu resides. Lord Brahma, no. So then they offered the prayers, and Lord appeared. And Lord appeared, and then he advised the demigods. He said, be calm down, be pacified. Just like Krishna said to Arjuna, be calm down. Just understand, Tashrunu, hear from me this wonderful science of transcendence. And then you will do what is the best for you. You know, Arjuna asked the question, and then what is best for me? And now Krishna, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, now you have heard me with attentive mind. Now all your doubts and illusion has gone. Now you do what is the best for you. You know, he didn't say you do this. Rather, he gave the choice. So the same way here, Lord Brahma, they brought demigods there. Then Lord Vishnu appeared. He says, be peaceful and have a truce or a sandhi or mutual agreement with demons. Now consider, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, he is telling demigods to have a mutual agreement or sandhi or truce between the demons and themselves. So the demigods, they were little bit aback, like they felt like, oh, really? Why should we have a mutual agreement or sandhi or truce between us and the demons? Because demons by them, their nature is always ready to destroy. And that's what they were doing. They were destroying the peace. They were destroying the normal ruling of the way the Vedic culture is doing. So, but then Lord in the next sentence he said, this is just for time being, temporary. It's not that I'm asking this sandhi for a whole eternity. No. Because the demons by their nature will come out, will do something which is not appropriate. So that time already automatically the sandhi will be broken. And so then the demigods, they would inquire that, okay, what is the reason? Why should we do it? So the purpose was to bring out the nectar. To bring out the nectar which will amrit, which will help demigods retain their vitality, retain their strength, so that they can overcome the demoniac nature or the demons. So the demigods, when they heard, they understood, yes, this is, Lord is helping us. And then they may have some doubt that, hang on, I mean, now you are saying that churn the ocean. Now the ocean is very huge, and even Krishna or God or Lord Vishnu, he said that bring the big mountain, Mandara mountain. Now consider bringing, like we can't even lift 10 kg of rice, what to speak of bringing the whole mountain, you know. So the demigods, they felt, even though they are like better personality, better strength than us, but then they have limited strength. It's not like Krishna's unlimited strength. They have limited strength. So they felt like, how we can do it? But then Lord Vishnu said in the next sentence, yes, I'll be with you. I will support you. And this is our strength. Especially when the problem comes, this is our strength. That we are following this bhakti, especially sadhana bhakti. The strength is coming from following this, what is given in Bhagavad Gita, what is given in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. In this way, and of course the spiritual authorities. What is the strength? That strength is coming because that way we are making sure that Krishna is with us. We are with Krishna. So there will be victory, there will be success, there will be nectar in the end. And that's what the last verse, 78, right? Yeah, that's what it says. Yatra Yogeshwara. Wherever Krishna and wherever Arjuna, there is victory, certainly opulence. Yeah. So the same thing was advised here, that you have a peace, you have a truce between demons and demigods. And then, now this verse is coming, 26. So what happened here? Sukadeva Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, after advising demigods in this way, the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities, disappeared from their presence. So here, Swachanda word is used. So, Lord is independent. He is fully independent. It is not that by our demand we will make him appear, or by our demand we will make him disappear. So the demigods and including Lord Brahma, they prayed, they begged for Lord's darshan. And Lord, by his own sweet will, he appeared. And then here specifically the verse is specifically given for his disappearance as well. Why? Because that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. What he says, Janma karma cha me divyam. My activities and my appearance and disappearance are very transcendental. One understands, then they will go back home, back to Godhead. So here he disappeared independently. So he gave the solution. Now the business is done for that particular form. Now he will appear in a different form. But the demigods, they have to do their task. Similarly, for us, we have to do our own practice. We have to do our own sadhana bhakti. And only then Krishna will appear in our life more and more. As we continue doing our devotional service, Krishna will appear more and more in our heart, in our consciousness. Sometimes we may feel like he is disappearing. But actually, if we continue having the faith in the process, then he will reappear in a different form, in different situation. Especially for us, he may not appear physically, but of course, here he is personally present, and also in the form of instructions. If we take the shelter of those instructions through Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then what will happen? We will achieve the nectar in the end. So he disappeared from the presence, and then what happened? The second verse it says, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, after offering their respectful obeisances to Lord, return to their abodes. All the demigods then approach Maharaj Bali. So Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma and demigods, they offer their respects to Lord, even though he has already disappeared. So naturally we will respect, even from outside, we will respect the temple. We will offer obeisances even from a distance. When we see Lord's Sudarshan Chakra sitting on the top of the temple, then we will offer our respects to Sudarshan. And of course Radha Vallabh. Then today's text, that is text 28. Maharaj Bali, a most celebrated king of the demons, knew very well to make peace and when to fight. Thus, although his commanders and captains were agitated and were about to kill the demigods, Maharaj Bali, seeing the demigods were coming to him without a militant attitude, forbade his commanders to kill them. So this is again very interesting, that the demigods now they approach Maharaj Bali to make what? Peace and that treaty. So Maharaj Bali, he knew when to make peace and when to fight. So it's not that our mood should always be ready to fight. We just be ready to fight. No, even here he is in charge of the demons. Now who is Maharaj Bali? We can go through the background. Maharaj Bali is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And of course he is one of the Mahajan. He has fully Atmanivedam. He has completely given his everything to Lord Vishnu. So he is one of the Mahajan. So what is the background? Prahlad Maharaj, he is the son of demon Hiranyakashipu. So even though Hiranyakashipu, even he was so big demon, like who was ruling the whole universe, then Prahlad Maharaj, he appeared in that home, in Hiranyakashipu's home, and he is the top class devotee. So we have two contrasts, top class demon and top class devotee. Prahlad Maharaj, top class devotee, and Hiranyakashipu, top class demon. Now Prahlad Maharaj, he had a darshan of Lord Nrsimha. Lord Nrsimha came, then he killed Hiranyakashipu. Then Prahlad Maharaj, he was ruling the kingdom. Of course, then he had son Virochan. Yeah, Virochan. Thank you. Virochan. And then of course the dynasty continued, and Virochan had the son, that is Bali Maharaj. So of course Krishna gives the promise, Lord Nrsimha gave the promise that Prahlad, don't worry, even your all future generation, especially it's mentioned sometimes, Prabhupada mentioned 21 generation, will be delivered. So now this will happen with Bali Maharaj. But here Bali Maharaj is taking care of the demons. And taking care of the demons is very a tricky task, because here we see the commanders and captains were agitated and were about to kill the demigods. But Bali Maharaj, seeing that the demigods were coming to him without a militant attitude, forbade his commanders to kill them. So he understood that the demigods, they are approaching him not to fight, but to have something. They are coming in a peaceful manner. They are not coming here for the war. Because naturally Bali Maharaj also understood that he has already won over them. So naturally they are not coming here again to fight, and get lost again. So Bali Maharaj, he forbade them. And then Prabhupada writes in the purport that Vedic etiquette is that when enemy comes to opponent's place, they should be received such a way that they forget there is animosity between the two parties. And this is, of course we can understand from the Vedic culture. And somehow even now in India, of course, gradually the Vedic culture, the traces of Vedic culture is going away. You guys are here? Okay. They are going away. Yeah, the etiquettes, Vedic etiquettes going away. So here, Prabhupada specifically mentioned, when the enemy comes to your home, then you treat him such as guest. So when the guest comes, what you do? First you bring them in with a nice smile and respectful words, welcoming them, make them sit in appropriate place. You don't have to have a nice first-class sofa. If you have, that's good. You don't have to specifically purchase that. But if you have, that's good. You make them comfortably sit. Then you offer water, depending on the weather. If it is winter, then you offer warm water. And then if it is summer, then you offer not fridge water, refrigerator, but you offer little cool water, just like a normal temperature. Then, of course, depending on the status, you treat them. If his guru is coming, then of course you do the Guru Puja. You wash his lotus feet, and then you take the Chanamrit, make him comfortable, and then you offer sweet words, some glorification. You hear from me, you hear from him, and then you offer prasad to him. This is the Vedic culture. Now other guests come, yes, depending on devotees have come, then what is that? 6 kinds of loving exchanges. Dadati pratigrinhati guhyam agyati prachyati bhungte bhojate. So if the devotee have come, naturally you will have a more warm welcoming, and then you offer prasad, you will have a Krishna Katha, some kirtan, and then this is how we welcome. And of course, if the stranger is coming, some neighbor has come, so you treat him differently. You still give him the respect, but you may not directly jump into the Krishna Katha. Rather, you understand what is their position, and then you do accordingly. Now the enemy have come. So does it mean now you are ready to fight? No. Enemy is coming as a guest, so you welcome them appropriately. So here, that's what Bali Maharaj he did. He did welcome them appropriately. He gave them the proper seat, and then he inquired from them that what brings them here. Of course, that is coming next. Maybe some other devotees would cover that part, but at least here he says that Bali Maharaj, he welcomed them, and then he received the demigods very well, although his commanders and captains were agitated. This kind of treatment was prevalent even during the fight between Pandavas and the Kurus. And during the day, Prabhupada explained that during the day they would fight, and in the end of the day they would come together and they will have a friendly discussion, because ultimately what they are, they were brothers, cousin brothers, right? They were brothers. So they would have a friendly conversation between them. And one of these friendly conversation was very appropriate, that what happened is Bhishma Pitama, he decided, because Duryodhan, he would always make that strong, harsh words for Bhishma Pitama, that see, you are so powerful, you can kill these Pandavas, but you are not killing them. Better you kill them. And Bhishma Pitama, like, of course, he doesn't desire, but just to pacify Duryodhan, he said, okay, I will kill them. And now, of course, this is very, situation is very delicate in the sense, because he doesn't want to kill, at the same time now he wants to do. At the same time, in the past, there was some event happened that Arjuna and Duryodhan, between Arjuna and Duryodhan. So somehow Duryodhan had given the boon to Arjuna that I will do something for you. Whatever you demand, I will give. Arjuna didn't take that time. So what happened is, now these 5 arrows are there. And with 5 arrows, Bhishma Pitama would kill these 5 Pandavas. And that Duryodhan kept to himself, because he thought that if I keep these arrows with Bhishma Pitama, what will happen? Bhishma Pitama will give it away, or he will destroy. So then somehow or other he will make a trick that then he won't be able to kill Pandavas. So he kept those arrows with him. He took those arrows with him. Now Krishna knows this. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is Bhagwan. He is with the sides of Pandavas. So he guides. So he guided Arjuna. Then Arjuna, you remember this? Duryodhana said yes. Arjuna said yes. Now this is the situation. Bhishma Pitama. So Arjuna said, what should I do? Okay, you go to Duryodhana and you back those 5 arrows. And that's what Arjuna did. In this one of the friendly way or dealings. Then in the evening, when they were having this nice time together as friends, they receive each other very well. And then Arjuna approached Duryodhana. And Duryodhana happily gave. Yes, you may have it. And the same thing, we have another example of, I forgot, I kind of remember, but it happened with, who came to Dronacharya, I think he taught someone. Ekalavya? No, anyway, maybe I have to recall that example completely. But while I was speaking this, it came across. So somebody approached and Dronacharya knew that he will. The person who killed Dronacharya. Anyway. So this is the nature of Vedic etiquette, that we have to receive guests. Now what about us? Because we are here for what purpose? We are here for developing Krishna consciousness. So we try to have that first with ourselves, because again Maharaj Vedvyaspriya, His Holiness Vedvyaspriya Maharaj was explaining yesterday that we have to do that churning with our mind. We have to do that churning with our desires, with our consciousness, that what we want to bring out. Because ultimately this churning was happening with the demon and demigods. So same way we have a demoniac nature, demoniac mentality within us. At the same time we are trying to develop the saintly character or saintly personalities within ourselves. We are trying to become a devotee. So then that churning is required for us as well. And that churning is this process of devotional service, of bhakti yoga, of practicing the devotional service. Through that, deep within, when we see, with the help of sadhu, guru, shastra, when we churn the ocean of our consciousness, then what will happen? The nectar will come out. But in the beginning, yesterday we read that verse. A poison known as Kalakuta will be generated from the ocean of milk. This is Krishna or Lord Vishnu is saying, is foretelling them, demigods, that with the churning, the poison will come out. But don't worry, it will be taken care. So the same way we have to churn the ocean of our material consciousness, consciousness, and then in the beginning what will come out? Some poison will come out. All the bad qualities will come out. And through this process of bhakti, it will be taken care. We don't have to worry too much. Of course, the process is we have to continue having faith in the words of these scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that we continue that process. Because sometimes our demonic mentalities will tell them, especially if something happens here with the devotees or in general, then our nature is that we want to break this sandhi, we want to break this truce between our demoniac nature and divine nature, some saintly character. We want to go away. We want to do half process because it's difficult. Especially that it is said that while bringing the Mandara mountain, many demigods lost their life. They lost the life. Because consider, we have to lift this cup, is easy task. But we have to bring, and it's not that Krishna is doing for them. The strength is coming from within. We have to put our efforts. It's not that Arjuna did not fight. He actually fought. He actually put the arrows, he shoot the arrows, he was vigilant that no enemy would come from behind and hit me. Of course, Krishna is taking care, but at the same time, Arjuna had to be vigilant. The same way we have to be vigilant that we continue this process of devotional bhakti or devotional service, bhakti. We continue. No matter what happens, we don't stop, we don't give up. So the first poison came out, a poison will come out, and then what will happen? The nectar and all the other opulences will come out. So in the process of bhakti, while we are doing this, so much opulences will come out. And that's why Lord Chaitanya has given us wonderful prayer, Sistastakam. And the fourth verse, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagdisha kame, mama janmani, janmani sware, bhautad bhakti rahitu kite. We are interested in nectar, and that nectar is coming tomorrow. Lord Balaram is coming tomorrow. He's appearing for us. This is our nectar, that we continue churning until the nectar comes out, until Lord Balaram appears in our consciousness, in our heart. Just like Mother Devaki and Vasudeva. So Lord appeared to Vasudevji in his consciousness, and then he got transferred to Mother Devaki. Similarly, if we continue churning, if we continue this devotional service, what will happen? The nectar will come out. And that is Amrit, which will fill our heart with sweetness and satisfaction, and more importantly, the love of Godhead. So with that, I stop here. If any question or any comment. Yeah? Anyone? No? Okay. Oh, Prabhu. Please wait for 1 minute, maybe. We see the microphone. Okay, it's working.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. The demigods have lost the battle with demons because they made some offense to their spiritual master, or because they disrespected their spiritual master?
I mean, the demigods one is different. The demigods actually, that was, with this pastime, it was said that Durvasa Muni once, he was traveling, of course he goes around, and then he was traveling with some Mahaprasadam, and then he gave that garland to Lord Indra. And Lord Indra, what he did, he just somehow, during that time, he gave it to his elephant, Airavat. And Airavat, what he did, he crushed the garland. So Durvasa Muni, he got angry and he cursed the Lord Indra. So that was the offense from that perspective. So that is why. Okay. Of course, offenses are there, but then the more importantly is now the demigods are getting the chance to rectify themselves. And how it's happening is they are approaching Lord Brahma, and then Lord Brahma is approaching Krishna or Lord Vishnu. So then Lord Vishnu is guiding them. So this is how they will rectify their acts.
So demons, did they attack demigods, Prabhu?
Yeah, there was a fight.
Because he gave the curse like that, so demons came to know that they got the curse, and then they started the fight.
I'm not sure about that exact specific details, whether they knew that, oh, Indra is cursed like that, but then we take it that way. So if something in our life, something happens, we take it that, okay, this is my mistake, or this is something I may have that offensive mentality, and now I want to rectify. So during the same time, the demons were worshipping their spiritual master and they were getting the strength. So that is the position. So if we follow whatever process we follow, if we follow process sincerely, then we will achieve that desired result. You see? So the demons, they wanted to follow sincerely so that they want to become that number one, like they wanted to become Indra. So they wanted to take over the demigods, they wanted to reach to Swarga. So somehow Krishna arranges the situation that they get that opportunity. But then in the end we will see what happens next is that ultimately the demigods are real saintly characters because they are in association, they are devotees of Krishna. So the point is that sometimes no matter what happens in our life, we continued taking devotional steps. We continued progressing in the bhakti, in the association of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Yeah?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Prabhu, we see in the pastime how the poison comes when they chant the Mandara mountain. The poison comes out first, and then the demigods call out to Lord Shiva, and he gets rid of the poison. So why didn't, they called out to a demigod only, so why didn't Krishna help? Why didn't Krishna help them in that?
So you want Krishna to drink poison or nectar juice?
Nectar.
Yeah, so you offer sweet juice to Krishna. Yeah? But then the devotees, they become so powerful, not by their own, but by Krishna's strength, that they can display this extraordinary power. And this is the case with Lord Shiva. He showed that compassion, he showed that extraordinary power by the strength of Krishna, because ultimately all the opulences come from Krishna. And we as a devotees, we want to give nectar to Krishna, and in return Krishna gives us nectar back. So tomorrow to Lord Balaram, the devotees will offer Varuni the nectar, and then Lord Balaram will return that nectar to us. So, but then the poison, ultimately because this is material world, the poison will come out. So by some poison we can absorb by our strength, by our devotional practice. Sometimes it's bigger poison, then we approach our authority, that is spiritual master, some instructions from the scriptures or some sadhus, and then they take care of. Similarly, because out of their compassion they guide us. Here it was a physical poison from that perspective. It was real poison, so then who can do it? And Lord Shiva again, this time he displayed one of the Mahajan qualities, because he is Mahajan. So he displayed that Vaishnava qualities. Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi. So he saw that, this huge poison is coming out, is burning, and poison's effect is what? It will kill everything. And not only killing the living, but it will make the environment inauspicious. You can't even breathe properly. And consider this is coming from the ocean. So consider the amount of quantity. It's not just one glass that anybody can drink. Now it's huge. And for that, you require certain huge personality. And then Lord Shiva, he displayed that quality that, okay, let me do this service. Let me do this service to please my Lord. And of course, somewhere in Bhagavatam, whether it's a Brihad Bhagavatam or some other, I vaguely remember that Krishna was, I have read, not that Krishna was pleased that way, but I vaguely remember that in that reading that Krishna was very pleased with Lord Shiva. That you displayed this quality of saving all these living entities by drinking the poison. And of course, he is also smart, devotees are smart. So he didn't drink, because who wants to drink poison? We all want to drink nectar, especially the Charnamrit, So he didn't drink, rather he is keeping in his throat, Nilakant. And that kant, throat means kant, it has become bluish, and because it's poison. So now his name is Nilakant. And that reminds him of Krishna as well, because Krishna is bluish. So he is always in meditation of Krishna, even by this. And there is a beautiful picture, Lord Shiva drinking the poison. So this is why Lord Shiva took that opportunity as a service, and he didn't give it to Krishna, poison. Nice question.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Thank you. Okay? We stop here if no question. Oh, you have a question or no? Okay. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna.